Freeland is a beautiful village with greenery everywhere. There is a man named Freddie who is having trouble getting married. Freddie is handsome and decent, but no one knows why he can't get married. All the boys his age got married years ago. Whenever he leaves his house, people in the street make fun of him.
Hey, Freddie, when will you get married? You're getting too old for marriage.
3. Ha ha ha. He would get married, but who would give their daughter to him? Just look at his old house.
Young people made fun of him, but even the older people didn't stop. One day, an old man from the village said to him,
Hey, Freddie, you're still not married. I haven't eaten rice for a month. I think I'll only eat at your wedding.
Uncle, I've tried, but when people see our old house, they refuse the proposal. You know people in other villages. Please arrange my marriage somewhere.
Get lost. I'm busy with something important. Why would I ruin a girl's life by marrying her to you? I was just teasing you about not getting married.
People pretended to feel sorry for him, but mocked him in front of everyone. Deep down, they enjoyed his helplessness and liked teasing him. One evening, when Freddie went to fetch water from the river, some people there started talking about him.
8. Freddie, you'll never get married because people are scared of your 100-year-old house. Are you living there with ghosts? Have you married a witch living in your house?
Fine, I'll build a new house next year.
Hearing this, another man laughed and said,
Ha ha. Ha ha. If you start building a new house, it will take another 10 years. You won't get a house or a wife, and you'll end up getting married in your grave.
Freddie had enough of the daily teasing and finally got angry.
13. Enough with your daily taunts. I'll show you all by getting married soon. I'll shut you all up.
He went to the neighboring village and met the church father, who was his father's friend, and talked about his marriage. After hearing Freddie's story, the father was happy. He thought of his niece Julie, who was staying with him because her parents had passed away. She hadn't married because of her dark skin. The father said to Freddie,
My boy, I have a niece who lives with me after her parents passed away. I'll arrange your marriage with her. She won't mind you being poor.
The next day, the father arranged Freddie's marriage with his dark-skinned niece Julie. After the wedding, Freddie brought her to his village. All the village women came to see the new bride. As soon as they saw her, they started gossiping.
The bride is so dark, like the underside of a pan.
Ha 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 ha. The bride might be dark, but Freddie must be relieved that he finally got married.
A dark bride has brought an eclipse to the village in broad daylight.
Everyone in the village talked a lot about his dark-skinned bride, but Freddie loved his wife and took great care of her. After some time, the constant remarks about her skin color started to make Freddie angry too. He began to speak to Julie angrily about everything. One day, Freddie said to Julie,
Because of you, people taunt me a lot. It would have been better if I hadn't married at all. Marrying you has made me a laughingstock.
He yelled at Julie and left the house. When he returned a little later, he had a high fever. Despite his harsh words earlier, Julie took great care of him. She lovingly fed him and gave him medicine, and he recovered in just 2 days. The next day, he was going to work in the fields. On the way, he heard an old woman coughing loudly from a shabby house. He went inside and saw a sick old woman. She told him that her daughter-in-law had left her and gone to her parents' house because of her illness. Freddie felt sorry for the old woman and brought her to his house. Julie took care of her like a daughter. The old woman recovered in a few days and praised Julie in front of the village.
Julie may have dark skin, but she has a pure heart. She loves everyone sincerely.
A few days later, some village women were washing clothes by the river. a small child playing on the bridge fell into the river. Julie ran and saved the child. The child's mother came running and hugged her child. She said to Julie,
Julie, sister, you are so kind. You saved my child's life and did me a huge favor.
From that day, the child's mother also praised Julie in front of everyone. Through small acts of kindness, Julie won the hearts of the villagers. Soon, everyone in the village started to respect her deeply. Freddie and Julie's bond grew stronger with each passing day. They started helping more people in the village. Freddie would help the elderly with their chores, and Julie would visit the sick and help with their care. Their kindness began to change the way people thought about them. The villagers, who once mocked Freddie, now saw him as a kind and caring person. Julie's dark skin, which was once a topic of gossip, was no longer important. People began to appreciate her for her good heart and helpful nature. Freddie and Julie became an example of how kindness and love can change perceptions. They showed that true beauty lies in a person's actions and not their appearance. Freddie's life, which was once filled with mockery, was now filled with respect and admiration. He and Julie lived happily, continuing to spread kindness and making their village a better place. Their story became a legend in Freeland, teaching future generations the value of love, kindness, and acceptance.